Holy crap! It's the Steve Show! Problem is, I don't know where the sign is, so let's pretend I'm holding it up. It's the Steve Show! Now I'm driving a car! And brought to you by our sponsor, a glass of red juice I've almost entirely drank. Anyway, so instead of a normal Steve Show, because that's boring and stupid and I don't want to do that anymore, I will be reading to you from this. Oh yes, look at this. It says creative stories with a word dragon containing words such as end, chow down, turkey, rabbit, mouse, boat, and Nintendo. Now, I made this after I had written all the stories, so I think these are all supposed to be, oops, let's hold on this end. All stories I had to write. All words from stories I had to write. So, while there's quite a few stories in here, I'm going to start with the very last story. And it's called The Day 1,000 Giraffes Escaped. Okay, it might take me a little bit of trouble to read this because, as you can see, my writing was absolutely ass at that point. This was a stage where I had to write in cursive. My teacher, Mr. Reiner, made me, or made the class, really. Oh, and by the way, since we're talking about Mr. Reiner's 6th grade class, I'm going to show you something very quickly that you will all like very much, or maybe not. Okay, this is a picture from 6th grade. You see the girl in the red shirt? She's a stripper now. I've seen her boobs. Anyway, yeah, I actually showed that picture to her, and she liked it very much. In fact, I thought she was going to cry. She was so happy to have a picture of her at that age, because she's had a really weird life. Anyway, on to other things. The Day 1,000 Giraffes Escaped by Stephen R. 31087. Creative Story number 11. I left the T out of story. Let's go. Oh, and the comment on this was interesting, which is code for this story sucks. One day I was listening to the radio. It said 1,000 giraffes escaped from Joe's giraffe farm. I switched it off. Oh no! I thought I know. There was only one thing to do. Call on Superman! No, that's not right. I know. I'll try Marlin Perkins. Marlin Perkins? Marlin Perkins. Who the fuck is Marlin Perkins? Oh, Marlin Perkins. He was the host of that Mutual of Omaha Wildlife Kingdom or something it was called. Something like that. Now I remember. No, I looked it up before I recorded the video. I had no idea. Well, actually, this is the second attempt at recording the video. The first one kind of shit itself on me. But I really didn't know who he was. Wait, he's dead! What? I know, I'll call Indiana Jones. I couldn't find him. I know, I'll do it all by myself. Yeah, I'll do it all by myself. That's a good idea. It did not take me long to find the giraffes. They were running wildly around town, so I took out my model L-302-1036T1812468301034 laser/tranquilizer gun. Why would you combine those two functions? So you can easily kill them after they're unconscious? Open parentheses. There's more details, but you don't want to know. Close parentheses. What does that even mean? I was about to shoot the giraffes when a police officer pushed my gun, and I shot the president in the toe. What? What? How are those things related? How would that happen? So I'm aiming my gun, and a police officer pushes it towards the president, who just happened to be by wild stampeding giraffes, and I shot him in the toe. Okay, let's just keep going. Then he said, "Sir, did you shoot me in the toe?" Now, keep in mind, this was 1987, which means Ronald Reagan was president. So Ronald Reagan asked me if I shot him in the toe. You know, Secret Service didn't tackle me. They let me near him with a gun, and they did absolutely nothing when I shot him in the toe. Sponsored by Mysterious Red Juice in the Glass. My sponsor tastes delicious. Yes, said I. Then he ran away yelling, oh God, this is really faded. This is written in pencil. Yelling, or I've been shot in the toe. I can't make out the start of that. Something, I've been shot in the toe. He turned a corner and fell fast asleep. So the president was just fucking wandering around with no security detail, getting shot in the toe by tranquilizer guns. Alright. I then decided to use some magic. I said, oh my God, no! Oh my God, no. I said, you know, this would probably fucking get me suspended in 2015. I just feel like it would. I feel like this would start some kind of problem in 2015. I said, spirits of magic, change these giraffes into puppy dogs. Not related to the time Merlin changed the black wizard into a toad. Oh, Christ. Okay, now I have to explain that. We were forced to write a story using Old English, which was actually just archaic modern, like Shakespearean stuff like thee, thou, thy, that sort of shit. And I did a battle between a wizard, Merlin, and a black wizard, who was the black wizard. He got turned into a toe, and I probably phrased it similarly. Can't speak. Oh God, this story's painful. The giraffes changed into puppy dogs. Well, that was easy enough. I tied a hot dog to a string. The dogs started following it. I got them back to the farm, got the money, and was happy. What money? I didn't mention any money. As I was walking home, the president came running after me with a cast on his big toe, yelling, "Ah!" He was definitely mad. So, I was assaulted by the president. Not the Secret Service. That's the end of the story, by the way. That's the whole story. Yeah, that sucked. Let's try a different story. Random page, random page, random page. Okay, this story is called Treasure. Its comment is interesting story. Alrighty. Treasure. This got a B. One day, this one's a lot easier to read, it's a lot darker. One day, I was sailing along looking for the lost treasure of Karnal. Okay. When I got to an area of the sea where I thought it was, I got my scuba gear on and dove in. Splush. Okay. Boy, I am really out of ideas for videos. At first all I saw were a lot of fish. Then I saw an adult shark. I took a gun and fired it at him. So I just pull a fucking gun out of my scuba suit and fucking shoot a shark in the face. Okay, yeah, sure. Pull the gun out. Shot a shark in the face. In its face. That totally makes sense. But I was so deep down, as soon as the bullet was 1 foot away, it exploded because of pressure. How did a gun work? And why would pressure make something explode? This was not a well thought out story. Then the shark came close and I stabbed him in the face! Yeah, just stabbed the shark in the face. Here, let's do a reenactment. So, the shark comes close to me, so I do that. I stab the shark in the face. Right. Convenient, I just happen to have a knife near me. Okay, let's see here. Where was I? Oh, forget one shark. Oh yeah, killing sharks by stabbing them in the face. I swam on. Then I found the treasure of Carnal. That was easy enough. I swam back with it and got on my boat. The stern. I figured I was 100 miles from land. They don't measure. That would be nautical miles. I was 13 when I wrote this. I guess we can ignore that. I started back. Then a group of pirates started pursuing me. They fired cannonballs at the stern. All I had to use was a small gun, which I had used to try and shoot a shark in the face with. I fired it at them. It was no good. Why not? Doesn't matter if the gun's small, it's still fucking bullets. Then they started firing cannonballs at me. I thought they did that already. One hit my oar. My oar? I rowed 100 miles from land? Those are some damn big arms. And legs, for that matter. You gotta use your legs when you row. So I tried my emergency engine. Yeah, the engine's an emergency thing. Most of the time, I just row, but in an emergency, I use the engine. But it did not start. Then I had an idea. I threw a can full of gas at the pirate ships. Holy shit! Then I fired my gun at the can. It exploded. Actually, believe it or not, I don't think that works. I remember a Mythbusters thing where they were like shooting a gun at a car to like see if it would explode, like at the gas tank, and it wouldn't. That may not actually work. Anyway, whatever. I thought, open parentheses, in fact I knew, close parentheses, it was the end of the ship. I was right. So then I realized there was one ship left. I had to do something. I tried the engine again. It did not work! All of a sudden, I realized it was a ship like the stern. Then the pirates got a gun and fired it at the engine. I threw my will out to sea. When the bullet hit the gas tank, I knew it was bye-bye for me. It did not explode, so I figured it must need more gas. So I sealed up the hole and put more gas in the engine and got away. With the treasure, of course. The end. What a rousing story. I don't know what this is, if this is a Steve show or this is just me reading fucking 30-year-old stories at a camera, but... yeah, I think we're good there. I don't think I want to read the other, like, 6 or 7 stories in this thing. Okay, so that's the end of the Steve show. We'll pretend I have the sign. Hopefully I can find it before I do this again. The Steve show is now over. Oh, God. I was an idiot when I was a kid. Why is this all floppy? Oh well, whatever. The Steve show. There's fucking Garfunkel on my hat. That's what my dad called it, Garfunkel. You're the one who wanted this, Kurt, so this is on you. That's all for the Steve show.